welcome to week 5 of the Actor's Guide to Choking Your Way Through a Musical Theater Audition Song. This week we have Holding to the Ground from Falsettos, words and music by William Finn. This is actually one of my absolute favorite songs. I actually remember going to see this particular show at the Pittsburgh Public and just being obsessed with this particular song. So super excited and scared to do this one. This is slightly different than the version that I have previously done for auditions because it's from the revival, and I guess they cut it off at the end. It's faster, and they cut it off at the end. So I find that kind of interesting. I've never seen the video of the revival, so I don't know what it is that they do differently. But this one has some stuff that the other ones haven't had, and so I do want to address that. So those of you who are not musically inclined necessarily, as you're looking at a score and you're like, what am I supposed to be doing with this? The last couple of songs have not had dynamic markings. So what that means is sometimes when writers write songs, they want you to be louder or quieter at certain parts. So this one specifically mentions a couple of places. So I wanted to show those to you so you kind of knew what I was talking about. So here, I don't know if you can see that. So here, you'll notice that this right here, it says crescendo. So that basically means they want you to start going a little bit louder. So bringing up the intensity of it to forte, which is loud. You can have as many as 3 fortes, which is basically like full-on belt screaming it to the back of the room. Forte basically means full voice, or at least medium full voice. So then it goes straight from that to, I think it's mezzo-piano. I think that's how what it's supposed to be. So where it says MP here, I don't know if you can see that. So where it says MP, that means basically they want the sound to burst and then pull right back off again. So that's, so it's sort of like an intensity thing. So as an acting exercise, that's something you can use. So this is a bit of information that you can then use. Like, okay, so if I'm not quite sure how to approach it, clearly the composer wants that to be the important word in that particular phrase. So then what also happens is, where did it go? Okay, so see here, see this right here, where there's sort of long build there. That's actually a crescendo. So they want that to sort of start small and then build up bigger. Again, for those of us who aren't necessarily singers, that's a little bit more of a challenge. So you really want to get your breath underneath you to make that sound get a little bit larger as it's progressing. So, and you can tell it's held for a minute or so. So that's the idea. Is so it starts small and then just gradually builds. Again, here you see at the top of the page, it's P, so that's quiet. Piano means soft, so like almost not quite a whisper, but you know, it's sort of that idea of this is a soft thing. So again, that's an acting, it's an acting opportunity. So if we're like in doing a monologue, if you're whispering versus if you're yelling, what do those things mean? So anyway, so this one is just chock full of the dynamics. So that's an interesting thing to start looking for as you're doing things. And then, hold on, where's this again? So, oh yeah, so it's another one of those. So it's playing with it all over the place. So down here, you'll see there's that forte, right? But then this one goes in the opposite direction. See how it starts bigger and it goes smaller. So that want you to have that sound fuller and pull back off of it. So hopefully I will be able to demonstrate that for you as well as possible. That's the plan. I haven't recorded it yet, as you can tell. So that's the idea. So the sound is bigger and then it pulls back into more of a quiet, whispery, and again, goes all the way down to piano there. And then right back to full. So clearly in this phrase, which she says a lot, that is life. So so what is she saying with that? So there's a lot of repetitions. That's life. This is my life. We shared life. So life, the word life is super duper important. That gets brought up a lot in the piece. The person that she's referring to actually dies. Sorry, spoiler alert. So Weezer dies. And so that's what this is about, is like her conflicted feelings about this guy who her ex-husband is in love with. And so like how she's sort of navigating this, I want to care about this guy because this guy's like, is someone that I love, that he loves. So, so you have all these fun dynamics to sort of guide you through that path of, well, what are the important sections? So anyway, all of that said, this is Holding to the Ground from Falsettos, words and music by William Finn, Trina. I was sure growing up I would live the life my mother assumed I'd live. Very Jewish, very middle class, and very straight, where healthy men stay healthy men, and marriages were long and great. I smile, I don't complain. I'm trying to keep sane as the rules keep changing. Families aren't what they were. Thank God there's a husband and a child whom I adore. But then there's more, so many more. There's always more. Life is never what you planned. Life is moments you don't understand. And that is life. I'm plain, I don't disturb. I hold to the ground as the ground keeps shifting, keeping my balance square. Trying not to care about this man